Hello, beautiful souls. Today, we're embarking on a profound journey, a journey into the depths of our own psyche, exploring the concept of the shadow self. Have you ever felt like there's a part of you that you don't fully understand? A side of yourself that seems to react in ways you wish it wouldn't? Maybe you catch yourself lashing out when you don't mean to, or perhaps you sabotage your own success without even knowing why. These hidden aspects of ourselves, our insecurities, fears, suppressed emotions, are what psychology calls our shadow self. For years, I struggled with parts of myself that I didn't want to acknowledge. I blamed circumstances, people, and even fate for the obstacles in my life. But deep down, I knew there was something within me that needed attention, something lurking beneath the surface that I had spent years avoiding. When I finally discovered shadow work, everything changed. Today, I want to take you on this powerful journey of self-exploration, healing, and transformation. By the end of this video, you'll understand what the shadow self is, how it affects your daily life, and most importantly, how you can integrate it to unlock your highest potential. This is not just a psychological concept, it's a deeply spiritual, emotional, and life-altering process. So if you're ready to meet the hidden parts of yourself and turn them into strengths, stay with me until the end. Let's dive deep into the world of shadow work. First of all, let's look at what the shadow self is. The term shadow self was first introduced by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Gustav Jung. He described it as the unconscious part of our personality that contains everything we reject about ourselves, our fears, insecurities, suppressed desires, and unprocessed emotions. These hidden aspects of our psyche don't just disappear. They influence our actions, reactions, and beliefs in ways we often don't realize. Think of your mind as an iceberg. The part above the water represents your conscious self, everything you are aware of. Below the surface, however, lies a massive structure, your unconscious mind. This is where your shadow resides. It's made up of parts of you that were deemed unacceptable by society, your family, or even yourself. As children, we were taught what is good and bad behavior, and we learned to push away the parts of ourselves that weren't accepted. For example, if you were scolded for expressing anger as a child, you may have learned to suppress it entirely, but that anger didn't go away. It became part of your shadow. Now, as an adult, it may show up in unexpected ways: passive aggressiveness, self-sabotage, or unexplained resentment toward others. Let's now look at how the shadow manifests in your life. You may not consciously recognize your shadow, but it shows up in various ways in your everyday life. Here are some common ways it manifests. Projection. We often see in others what we refuse to acknowledge in ourselves. Self-sabotage. Do you find yourself procrastinating, ruining relationships, or making choices that prevent you from succeeding? Emotional triggers. When a situation provokes an intense emotional reaction, disproportionate to the event itself, it's often a sign that it has triggered a suppressed aspect of your shadow. Unhealthy relationship patterns. If you continuously find yourself in toxic relationships, your shadow may be at play. It can attract partners who mirror unresolved parts of yourself, forcing you to confront what you've ignored. Inauthenticity. When you deny parts of yourself, you may struggle with authenticity, constantly adapting to fit what others expect, rather than being your true self. If someone's arrogance, selfishness, or laziness bothers you deeply, ask yourself, is this something I've suppressed in myself? Your shadow might be leading you into patterns of self-destruction without you even realizing it. Let's now look at the benefits of shadow work. Shadow work is the process of acknowledging, understanding, and integrating your shadow self. It's about making the unconscious conscious so that it no longer controls you from the shadows. When you embrace this work, here's what you gain. Emotional freedom. No longer being controlled by suppressed emotions and fears. Healthier relationships. Understanding yourself helps you connect with others on a deeper level. Greater self-confidence. When you accept yourself fully, your confidence skyrockets. Alignment with your true purpose. Shadow work helps you uncover hidden talents and passions. Shadow work is not about erasing parts of yourself. It's about integration. When you embrace all aspects of who you are, you step into your full power. Here's a step-by-step guide to how to do shadow work. Cultivate self-awareness. Begin by observing your thoughts, reactions, and emotional triggers. When something upsets or unsettles you, instead of brushing it off, ask yourself, Why do I feel this way? What part of me is reacting? Identify your projections. Notice when you harshly judge others. Often, the traits that irritate us the most in others reflect aspects of ourselves that we haven't accepted. Journaling and reflection. Set aside time to write about your thoughts and emotions. Ask yourself deep questions. What am I afraid of? What parts of myself do I hide from others? Inner child work. Many of our suppressed emotions stem from childhood experiences. Connect with your inner child through meditation, visualization, or letter writing to offer the comfort and validation they needed. Or mindfulness and meditation. Practicing mindfulness helps you become an observer of your own mind, allowing you to notice patterns and hidden fears without judgment. Therapeutic support. Sometimes shadow work unearths deep emotional wounds. Seeking a therapist or coach trained in this area can provide guidance and support. A creative expression. Art, music, and writing can be powerful tools for processing emotions and integrating your shadow. Practicing self-compassion. Shadow work isn't about blaming yourself. It's about understanding yourself. Be kind and patient as you navigate this journey. The process of shadow work is not always easy, but it is one of the most rewarding paths you can take. By bringing awareness to your hidden self, you reclaim your power, break destructive cycles, and embrace your full potential. The more you integrate your shadow, the more you become aligned with your true self. Imagine stepping into a life where you no longer fear judgment, rejection, or failure, because you have accepted every part of yourself. That's the power of shadow work. Your journey to self-discovery and transformation starts now. Are you ready to meet the parts of yourself you've been avoiding? The parts that hold the key to your greatest strength? If so, commit to this journey today and unlock the you that you've been hiding. Your best self is waiting for you on the other side. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. What's one shadow aspect you're ready to acknowledge? And if you found this valuable, please like, share, and subscribe, as this is just the beginning of your transformation and a way of supporting us to grow the channel. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and keep evolving.